bomb on you. You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know when it's gonna hit. All you know, it is in the building and at your doorstep. And boom, Devonta Smith is signed. We got him through 2028, so another 4 seasons, hopefully. Yeah, man. Honestly, didn't see that coming like this soon, but glad it did. Cody K, first out the limo. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, man, they did it. Howie Roseman is doing Howie Roseman things. I said before, and I know I got my receipts, that I would hope that they would get this done before the draft. And that's what happened. No more, distractions. You know what you have going forward when it comes to the money, all of that kind of stuff, man. This is exactly why. So, 3-year, $75 million contract extension that includes $51 million guaranteed. Damn. That is a whole lot of hamburgers, bro. Believe that. Daggone. That man gonna be eating good in the neighborhood for a long, long time. But once again, he earned it. He earned it. James, absolutely. Devontae deserves that bag 100%, bro. 100%. He deserves that bag. He did everything he was supposed to do. Didn't complain. Go to work. All of that stuff. We all know the deal. I was saying the same thing about Hassan Reddick. Cody K, I'm right with you, dude. Might have to be let me be a water boy on that team, man. Shoot. Whew. But got that out the way. So now, where are we at? Where is just so I can see this again, AJ Brown contract. So AJ Brown, 4-year, $100 million. This was 22. We got him 25, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so we got AJ Brown and Devonta Smith through 2028. Both of them through 2028. That's what I'm talking about. Dude. Howie Roseman doing Howie Roseman things. You ain't gotta like him, but you do have to respect his hustle. You don't have to like him, but you do have to respect his hustle. That man knows how to play the game and knows how to get it done. And now we are locked in. We got, primetime players at every position on offense. There are no questions on the offensive side of the ball. We know what AJ can do. We know what Dallas can do. We know what Devontae can do. We know it. I'll take that back. The only question mark we have is Cam Jurgens, and I have no questions with him. But I understand, and it is a valid, it is a valid opinion that you want to wait and see what he's going to do. I personally have no problems with Cam Jurgens. I think he's plug and play. I think he could have started last year, but it is what it is, and I understand the hesitation. That's valid to me. Other than that, our offensive line, our lineup on offense is off the charts. Maybe we have a question mark at third receiver, but that I'm not concerned about that. Anybody we stick in, as long as they know how to catch the damn ball, we'll be fine. So I think we're good to go. Cody K, you are 100% correct, but the more time goes on, the more and more I'm comfortable with Kellen Moore, and I'm saying that having seen nothing. I haven't seen him and Jalen Hurts together. None of that. I know Jalen Hurts is working out. I know Kellen Moore is probably in the lab doing whatever it is he's doing. So I'm good when it comes to that. I'm good when it comes to that. Even the situation, if you go back and you look at my conversation with Barrett Brooks, even the situation with Sirianni is on another level now. A lot of people giving Sirianni flack, and it's like, man, listen, if he was so bad, he wouldn't go to the playoffs three straight years. What's up, 609? Ewing is in the building. What's going on? Hey. All of that money is hey, because that's a lot of hay that he got some hay stacks. Devonta Smith is eating good. So, but we are in a good situation, man. We are in a good situation. I'm trying to think who is our who else will we have questions about on our offense. I'm trying to think. Let me get the hold on for a second. I'm gonna bring you back in a minute. So let's look at this. Let's look at less wide receiver Parker, Devontae. Yeah, our third wide receiver is just we don't know. AJ Brown is here. Devonta Smith is here. Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgens, Tyler Steen, Lane Johnson, and Dallas Goedert. Our offensive line is good to go. Our offensive line is good to go. Tyler Steen was all right last year, Cody. Tyler Steen was all right last year. For him to get in and do what he did with not a lot of snaps in there and just get on and no, it wasn't the best, but it was better than people think. And now you got a whole season with him and Jeff Stoutland in the lab. I'm good with that. If you get a year, it's like going in class. You might not be good in that particular class when you was in college, but if you went to see that professor every damn day, he ain't gonna fail you. You know he gonna pass you. And when you got somebody like Jeff Stoutland, you tell me one offensive lineman that Jeff Stoutland didn't make better. Don't worry, I'll wait. Hasn't happened. Everybody that he's had has come out better. So, yeah, Ewing, wide receiver 3, that's the only really that's the only real thing that we don't know about. Devontae Parker, he's a veteran. But what are you asking him to do? What are you asking him to do? And I am, based on some of the mock drafts that I have run today and been running the last 2 weeks, we might get one of the late round picks and pick up either a running back or or one of the wide receivers that could possibly come out of nowhere to be wide receiver 3. And not to mention, we're gonna have a bunch of bodies in there in camp. Now, here's one of the pluses for camp. First of all, you know how I feel about training camp. I wish they would hit more and everything that comes with that. I wish it would be a little bit better, right? But the one thing you can take from camp is nobody's going to really be beat up. You might have nicks and bruises, you come down funny, twist the ankle, things of that nature. However, you are not beat up like we used to bang in camp. So what that means is the fast guys are going to be fast. So you can really get a true sense of their speed coming off the line of scrimmage and all of that kind of stuff without the soreness and being banged up and being fatigued and just dog tired just because of the environment that is training camp. That doesn't exist anymore. So you can see what you can see. By proxy, you're going to get these guys in here, these free agents in there. Everybody's trying to make a squad. Everybody's trying to be seen. So you are going to have some guys in there that's going to raise some eyebrows. Where did this guy come from? I didn't realize he was that fast. So we are going to get some of that. So again, we are in a good if the only thing we're worried about is wide receiver 3, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Because not for nothing, how about if we make Saquon Barkley wide receiver 3, shift him out there, you know, kind of like what San Francisco does with CMC. Put them all over the place. Use them. We paying them the money. Damn it, we better use them. We can't have any more excuses. We got too much talent on our team right now, and we are deadly, and we have to make the most out of that. So this is just another cog in the wheel, man. And this is the wheel that should move very, very quickly this season. So I'm happy about that, man. I am quite ecstatic about that. So I'm trying to see if there's any other news about it, but yeah, it's basically just 3 years, 75 million, 51 guaranteed. So you're talking about 24 for 4 years. So he's going to be getting paid roughly around, after the signing bonus, he's probably going to get what, six a year. What's up, Jabril? So he's probably going to get around 6 a year, maybe less than that. Maybe he got some easy incentives, workout bonuses, and things like that that'll bump that number up. I don't know. I don't know what all of the specifics of the contract is, except the two big points: 75, 3 years, 75 million and 51 million guaranteed. So okay, if it's a 3-year extension, well, okay, so yeah, so he was in 24. So yeah, so that'll be an additional 4 years. So that stretches out, right? I believe I'm correct in that. So it's 6 million a year, and that's the thing that people kind of forget. That huge contract, but when you look at the average salary, that's where we are on the come up. Let me see. I wonder if they've updated this. See if they've updated this. 3 years, 75 million. Average salary is 25. Signing bonus 51. Free agent. So 2024. So I guess maybe see, I'm confused with this. 6, 7, 28. So 28 will be his last year. And what? Yeah, they don't have this quite updated yet. Will earn a base salary and an average annual salary of 20. See, that don't sound right. The 25 million annually doesn't sound right with the new deal. Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe that doesn't kick in until next year or something like that. I'm not sure. I will get some more information on that. But at the end of the day, he paid. He paid. He paid, man. So, yeah, you gotta keep it moving, and that's exactly what Howie did. So now, what questions do we have? What problems do we have? Everybody is where they're supposed to be. Defense, we might have some more issues going on. That's a possibility. Matter of fact, that's not a possibility. That's for real. We still have, again, valid questions and valid criticisms at the linebacker position. I think Devin White is going to be a stud. I've said this before. There's nothing better than a player with a chip on his shoulder. Devin White is still a young player, former Pro Bowl, former Super Bowl champion. So he's got the experience, the know-how, and the talent to do everything you need him to do. And I think he's going to be that and a bag of chips under Vic Fangio. So I am good with that. I am so good with that. So Zach Bonds are kind of a question mark. I think he's going to be pretty good. He just he got lost in the shuffle, lost in the sauce down there at the Saints. So, yeah, Ewing, that was huge last year because our secondary just could not stay healthy, and it went from bad to worse. And then on top of that, couldn't nobody tackle, and yeah, the injuries in our secondary early in the season that really hamstrung us, and that really showed up at the end. So, Ringo and Ricks could also take a next step. Absolutely. If do our secondary will be in a better position. Both of them, Keely Ringo and Eli Ricks, both of them played well at the end of the year, in spite of all of the turmoil we had on our defense. They definitely learned some things. Robert M is saying no excuses for Hurts this year. If he can't get it done this year, we need to look into another quarterback. Our whole offense has basically received the back. That's true. I can't deny that. However, I mean, I know it doesn't happen that easily. And I'll say it like this: if he is overthrowing people and turning the ball over, and it just looks, you'll know. I mean, we committed to him till 28, so he got another 2 years. And I say 2 years because he's probably not going to go into his final year of his contract. So we'll know without a shadow of a doubt before then. So I'm not worried. That will play itself out one way or the other. So let me be honest with you. Jalen Hurts is the last thing I'm worried about. Jalen Hurts is only going to get better because that's what he's shown to do every year since his freshman year in college. Up to this point, the only thing he has done consistently every year is get better. My only, I guess, concern with Jalen Hurts is now he's under another offensive series, offensive system. So we've all seen what he can do when he's got the answers to the test. When he's been in the offensive system for a year, he knows what's expected and things like that. However, I think the one benefit that we will have this year, very similar to what happened when Shane Steichen was here, I think Kellen Moore, being a little bit younger, is going to be able to explain things and lay it out a little bit better. The flip side of that is I want to see somebody really get into Jalen's grill, because he has let you know in no uncertain terms he likes to be coached hard. And I don't think Kellen Moore, that's just not his personality. But who knows? Kellen Moore has had success with everywhere he's been. He's called good offenses. He's been bit by the injury bug and things like that in San Diego with the Chargers and stuff like that. So he's been on the top and the bottom, so he understands. There's lessons in losses. You know what I'm saying? So he understands what he does, and this is arguably, you could argue with what he had in 22 in Dallas. They had a great offense, 4,900 yards or something like that of offense, of passing at least. So he has had some pretty good offenses, but I would argue this is the best offensive set that he has had. With Barkley, 2 number 1 receivers. He didn't have 2 number 1 receivers in Dallas. So, yeah, Ewing, that's true, but you're going to get that. You're going to get that when you're the starting quarterback, period. Some people get a longer leash than others. And it's always, there. It is going to exist all across social media. There will always be a big contingency of people who don't think Jalen Hurts is a elite level primetime quarterback just because he runs a lot, just because he's not 6'4", and all that other kind of stuff that he's already blown by. So I always like to use an example. If you took Jalen Hurts' stats and gave them to somebody else, that somebody else would probably be a perennial Pro Bowl. Not to mention going to the playoffs 3 consecutive years, not to mention going to the Super Bowl, not to mention breaking records in the Super Bowl and performing how he did in that game. The biggest stage. He showed out. If we would have had any type of defense, we would have had a ring. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Um, would Mahomes be Mahomes if he only had Andy Reid 2 seasons? Yeah, I agree 100%. I agree 100%, man. You got to remember, it's people, it's personality, and it's placement. The right people at the right place at the right time. And Patrick Mahomes had it. Patrick Mahomes had it. If you want to take, if us as Philadelphia Eagles fans want to take credit for Patrick Mahomes, technically we could do that because Andy Reid is making the decisions he's making with Patrick Mahomes because of his experience with Donovan McNabb in Philly. He did things different. He ran his offense a little bit differently. He made some different decisions because of what he learned here. He went to that Super Bowl and lost. You know what I mean? So, again, there are lessons in losses. Oh, it's all good. We all family. So, it's a good spot to be in. Now I'm really, really, and this is very, very superficial. What I'm about to say, very superficial. But I just want to see that image of Jalen Hurts at NovaCare, throwing the ball with Kellen Moore in his ear. I just want to see that. I just want to see the optics of that. I know people are going to take that and run with it and go 100 miles an hour, but I still want to see that optic. I know they're probably doing it now. I know they've probably been on Zoom calls and been studying film virtually and all of that kind of stuff, but still, just want to see that first picture of Jalen Hurts and Kellen Moore in the lab getting it done on the field. Because that's where it's going to happen, man. Our defense is going to be better than advertised. Better than advertised. My only question, I'm really hoping that they get Cooper DeJean, but my head is telling me that Howie Roseman is going to draft the offensive tackle. That's what I think is going to happen. So we'll see. I would love to see Cooper DeJean, that we can scoop him up. But I'm seeing some things where a lot of people think that Howie might try to move up to get that offensive tackle that Stoutland likes. I think it's the guy. Let me see. I'm gonna run this draft real quick. There we go. Caleb. Oh my God. Why did I do this so slow? Try this again. Nah, there we go. Should be better. So when we stop at 22, this trade I would do to drop back 4 spots and then still get a 57th pick. So we would have 26. We drop back 4 spots and we get a 53rd pick and a 57th pick. So I would do this deal. But I'm going to reject it right now because I just want to see what we see. I would have did that last deal with the Vikings too. What's the guy? The guy is it Fuaga? Fuaga? It's one of those. I think it's a Polynesian kid. I think it's Fontenot. Yeah, Troy Fontenot. Jabril, I think you're right, bro. Troy Fontenot. I think that's the guy that uh, they are enamored with. So if they were to bump that up, try to move up to take them, they would try to move up to 14, anywhere between 14 and 16. Because if the Saints get Amarius Mims, I mean, we if they can move up in any way, shape, or form, that's good for us. Because if something happens and we don't get him and Amarius Mims is available, You've gone from good to great. There's not a real drop in talent in a situation like that. So that's a win-win situation for Howie if they can move up 6 spots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They'd have to move up to Detroit's spot, or maybe I don't know. But we could do it. But right now, just what my head is telling me, if everybody stays where they are, Tyler Guyton is the guy I've been picking from Oklahoma. If we stand pat, if we don't move up, do anything like that, what I think is going to happen is we're going to get Tyler Guyton, and then our next pick is at 53. Is Kool-Aid McKinstry still available? Let's see. Kamari Lassiter. I'll take Kamari Lassiter, another one of the Georgia boys. I'll do that. And then we got 53. That third pick is where we get our linebacker. Junior Colson. I'll take Junior Colson. Trevin Wallace and Jeremiah Trotter Jr. are still available as well. So I think we'll be good at linebacker if they take that third pick at linebacker. Now, we're at 123. I'm going offensive guard on this one. I'm going offensive guard. Kid from Mason McCormick. He's turned up a couple times in my drafts from South Dakota State. I'm sorry. And I think our next pick we're at 171. Now, look at that. Luke McCaffrey, I'm taking that one at wide receiver. All right. Now, I'm going to go back to defense. I'm going to get do I want an edge or a DT? I'm probably going to go the tackle. I don't know. I'm going to go D tackle on this one. Reject. So I didn't take many. I'll do both. Yep, he's still there. So I didn't lose too much ground. And that's a wrap. So that's pretty good. Pretty good. Now I would get running back. Carson Steele. Garendo's already gone. I got him a couple times yesterday. But I'll take Steele. I think we're going to have a good draft this year. I think we're going to be good to go. Yeah. Tyler Guyton, Kamari Lassiter, Junior Colson, Mason McCormick, Luke McCaffrey. I think Luke McCaffrey is a good get. If he's available at like in the 150s in pass, which I think he's a good get. I think he's going to be like Puka Nacua. Nobody's not really going to pay him too much attention, and the only thing he's going to do is just ball out. Look at his stock. Look at where he comes from. You know what I mean? You got McCaffrey. You got his brother CMC. So he knows how to work. He knows the work ethic. He knows how to. And the one thing about Christian McCaffrey that I've always liked when he was even with Carolina, you ain't hear much from him. The only thing he did was get on the field and do what he does best. That's the one thing I loved about Christian McCaffrey. He wasn't a talker. He was a baller. So, yeah, man, good. We're in a good spot, man. I had a draft the other day where I got Kenyon Mitchell had fallen to 22 for some reason. So, very interesting how this thing can go, man. Now, this one, I'm going to do another one. And I'm going to take trades this time. See what happens. 22, they want to go, what's the next trade? 37, 45. Do I want to drop 7 spots? Let's do it. Let's see what happens. But 29, you know what? Let me hide that real quick. Who's the best? Nope, nope, nope. You know why? You know why? Amarius Mims is available. Where'd Troy Fountain who's gone? But I'm gonna take Amarius Mims. If he's available, I'm taking that. I'm taking that. You never know how this stuff. That's the first draft. That's the first mock I've ever had where Amarius Mims fell to 22. That's crazy. 59 and 86. We're gonna drop 5 picks. Nah, I'm gonna keep this. Reject, reject. I am going to do defense, cornerback. Kalen Carson, DJ James. I'm taking DJ James. I'm going to take this deal from Cleveland. I drop 1 pick and get another pick later on that Howie will probably flip. So I am going to take that deal. Howie would probably take this. Look at all these picks that they're offering for 54. Whole bunch of 3rd round picks, 3rd and 4th rounds. But I'm going to reject it and go. I'm going to get that offensive guard. Cooper Beebe. I've had him a couple times. Cooper Beebe, Mason McCormick. So now we still in the top 50. I'm taking that. Taking that. So there's going to be a lot of wheeling and dealing that Howie's going to, I mean, you know, these are mocks and, you know, don't get too excited, but you understand what I'm saying. So we got that. So who we got right now? We got Amarius Mims, 54. We got an offensive guard. Oop, let's get a linebacker. Jalen Ford. Now, see, we tripped up on the linebackers. We probably should have went 54 and got the linebacker, but we'll roll with that. We'll roll with that. And then the tackle. I'm not doing no more trades unless they give us a whole bunch of stuff, man. So this can go so many different ways, man. So many different ways. That's the fun thing about the draft. 6'2", okay, I like his size. Cornelius Johnson from Michigan. Whittington, 6 foot. I've got him. I've gotten Jordan Whittington in a couple. I like the kid from Michigan. I like his size. I'm a big size guy. So next pick is 206. And now we're just edging it up. Kamara, Colorado State, Brendan Jackson from Washington. You know, you get best available, right? Next pick is 210. Am I up again? Running back. Tyrone. Yeah. These things switch up, man. These things switch up. I don't think that we're gonna have all of these picks. Ain't no way. There's no way we're gonna make 9 picks in the draft. So Howie would trade a lot of these. But the funny thing, this is my first draft where Amarius Mims falls to 22. DJ James is available, but there were other options. But that just goes back with the way you pick. Cooper Beebe, the offensive guard, he's a pretty good player. But in all my previous mock drafts, that's where I would pick up a linebacker. I almost always would get Peyton Wilson, Edge Cooper, or the kid from Kentucky. So, yeah, man, it's gonna be pretty good, and I can't wait. And let me see if there's any more information out. Breaking news. Oh, people are tuning in on Twitter, and I like to tell people if you are on the Twitter right now, please do me the solid and join me on the YouTubes. If you're already here on YouTubes, do me the solid and smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't done already. So we're getting slow growth. We're getting that organic growth, but it is going to be live and popping in about 2 weeks. I was all ready to talk about the WNBA draft going off tonight. And then bam, this falls in your lap. So it's all about Devonta Smith and the Eagles. And I just like being in this situation where everybody in the league is looking at Philadelphia. Everybody's looking at us because the Wizard of Philadelphia, Howie Roseman, continues to get the job done. Continues to do it. Continues to do it. Best in the business. So find me another GM that is putting it down like Howie. John Lynch, maybe. But he's got issues right now with the whole Brandon Ayuk thing. Is that real or fake? Has anybody else seen any other kind of news about Brandon Ayuk? I haven't seen anything else, but it's getting, I don't know. Are they trying to let him walk away? Brandon Ayuk's agent says he is not seeking a trade. Huh. Brandon Ayuk hasn't, okay, that was 5 hours ago. Brandon Ayuk hasn't officially requested a trade, but he doesn't need to. So, what's going on, man? Who's that? Let me guess. Is that my boy Dave? I don't have my Facebooks up, so let me see who this is. But I appreciate you. Yep, it's my boy Dave Gates. Appreciate you, Dave. Happy Monday to you, bro. Um, yeah, I don't know what Brandon Ayuk hasn't officially requested a trade, and he doesn't need to. It's so funny, man. Just coming from my era, the things that we had to do, the things you saw, the way contract negotiations went. Now you got somebody erasing their Twitter page. They scrubbed everything San Francisco from their social media. Like that's a thing now. That's a oh boy. Basically that's akin to your child throwing a tantrum in the store because they want the bag of chips. So I think that's kind of funny in this day and age. But yeah, it's funny, man. It's funny. But I like where we are. I like what we're doing. Um, he pulled an AJ. Well, no, but it is you got to think about it. I'm not going to blame that on AJ, Dave, because if you remember, everybody got all bent out of shape here in Philadelphia when AJ did that, forgetting the fact that he had done that 2 or 3 years previous. He gets to a point in the season, and he just shuts down on social media. But of course, now social media is a little bit bigger than it was a couple years ago, so everybody has to come up with a reason why he did that. And now it's just like, hey, I just got to clear the slate. I just got to step away from it. And now you're seeing more and more athletes do that. You saw the girl in the tournament. I think her name was a Faultler for Iowa. She said the same thing. Sometimes you just got to step away from it. Just turn it off. Greatest invention known to man is the on-off switch. Most people don't use it. So sometimes, rather than engage, you just need to turn it off and just clear your mind of it. The only person that you need to talk to is your wife, your spouse, um, the people you close with. Keep a two-handed circle and keep it moving. So it's amazing how intrusive social media could be, but for it to be that way, you have to let people in. And coming from the old school, coming from be home before the streetlights came on because of being raised in that era, it's easy to find another distraction to do something else. It's easy for me to, be at dinner or something and just put my phone down and not worry about it for the rest of the night. Other people cannot do that. Can't do it. Yes. Do I think AJ will be here after this season with Smitty's extension? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Because at the end of the day, people want to win. And he's got a mega contract. So you can't complain about the money. Now, here's something that I ain't think about. Does this drop the stock value for Justin Jefferson? Does the Justin Jefferson price come down a little bit because Devontae got it done before him? Because that was the one thing everybody was worried about. What's going to happen with Justin Jefferson? Because he's going to set the bar. He's going to set the market. Now has AJ Brown, has Devonta Smith set the market for the wide receivers? Justin Jefferson is a little bit better, but still, everything's a domino effect when it comes to these contracts. Because you never know what's going to happen. You get your money when you can get your money, and that way it's not an issue. Because when you're making that much money, what's the difference between 51 million guaranteed and 60 million guaranteed? The reality, what's the difference? You ain't gonna spend it all. Well, most people ain't gonna spend it all. Most people would love to try, but you know what I'm saying. So it's a good situation to be in. Howie Roseman has worked his magic again, once again. And we are in a good spot. And think about this. If I'm not mistaken, if you in the chat, if I'm wrong, let me know. But I think the Flyers are in the playoffs. The Sixers are in the playoffs. The Phillies are playing. And the Eagles are still in the news. 4 for 4. 4 for 4. Let me see. Hold on. New Jersey Devils, one of them shutout. They didn't get much help. Blah, blah, blah. New York Islanders lost. The Flyers have 3 teams they need to worry about for the second wild card spot in the Eastern Conference: Capitals, Red Wings, Penguins. The Flyers are going head-to-head with the Capitals to close out the season on Tuesday night. The bad news is the Red Wings have a home-and-home against the Canadiens and need just 3 points to eliminate the Flyers. Ugh. Yeah, so they looking good. So at least they got a shot. As bad as the Flyers were this year, they still managed to get it together and at least have a shot. So, it is what it is. But good time to be in Philadelphia sports, man. Yeah, man, 88s. It does put pressure on San Francisco and Dallas. Not my riddle to solve. So we'll see what's going to happen, man. But listen, I'm going to get up out of here. I'm going to let you guys finish your lunch. Just want to jump on and be quick about this because I know everybody's talking about this breaking news. So Devonta Smith is going to be here for a little bit. So let's go. I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped. I'm ready for this draft tonight. I'm ready for the WNBA draft. I'm ready for the NFL draft. A lot of stuff going on, man. There's going to be a lot more news coming. So please subscribe. Tell your friends about me. And we're going to keep this thing grinding and growing. I will see you guys in the next one. Go Birds.